sampling sobriety. What the flower does that mean? That's the cool thing about dry January. Or any day you decide to choose. You can always sample sobriety and you can always opt out. And honestly, my journey started with sampling sobriety and unintentionally, even. I wanted to go on this sober travel trip to Asia. They were going to Thailand and Cambodia, and it had this really amazing itinerary with visiting the elephants and going to Siem Reap and visiting Angkor, all these cool things. I wanted that more than I wanted to drink at the time. So the requirement for the trip was can't drink for 30 days before. I mean, if you invested all that money and all that energy into booking the trip, why would you blow it? And the host, he's gracious enough that he probably would have. Anyway, it didn't come to that for me. So my last drink was December 14th, 15th. It was like one of those into the next day. So I choose to call it Justin's birthday. Anyway, I stopped drinking to go on this trip. And that was my sampling of sobriety. Let me see how the other half live. Let me see. Can I go on a sober travel trip? Can I not drink for the 2 weeks we're there, plus the 30 days before? Like, it was only going to be 64, 50, 30 plus 44 days of my life. Anybody could do anything for 44 days, right? At least I hope. Well, I did it. I went on the trip. I sampled sobriety and I had fun. I saw things I didn't imagine ever seeing. I experienced things I never imagined experiencing. I met people that blew my mind. Like we crashed a Cambodian wedding and had complete language barriers, but it was a blast. And the trip really taught me like it's okay to be sober. It's okay. And I didn't know that my sobriety would turn into forever sobriety. I had made a rule in 2019. No. Yeah, in 2019, I can't drink to cope. And I blew the rule, I think 2 times. There was days I had the bad day at work or didn't want to answer the text from the dude or whatever, got in my own way. Ironically, one of the days that I drank to cope, I end up meeting a bartender, even though I went out looking for trouble. I meet this bartender who tells me about the movie The Secret and begin my spiritual journey in a whole different way. So everything happens for a reason, right? Thank you, universe. So don't put pressure on yourself if you're considering dry January. Like, I have to make the 31 days. Or maybe if pressure works for you, you can do that. I'm not saying you have to do it any way you want. You could sample sobriety by going to an event you might normally drink at and just not drinking. Or you could sample sobriety with one drink. There's this concept called zebra layering. So it's like alcoholic drink, non-alcoholic drink, alcoholic drink, non-alcoholic drink. You're sampling sobriety by having the non-alc drink in between. There's no rules, guys. Everybody is different. I was looking at some of the stats about dry January and some of the health benefits, and we're going to talk about that too. But it was interesting. What showed up for me as I was reading this study, it was talking about like a increase or decrease. However, I'm not a scientist. I won't claim to be. The liver thing going down 40 and sleep getting better and all of these things. It may be true. And I'm sure there were scientific methods to acknowledge that. But when it really comes down to it, it's about you. It's about you, your body, your experiences, your trauma, your mindset, your job, your factors and variables in life, how your brain works, your level of awareness, your body, all of those things. So even though there's science, we're all different and unique. So why wouldn't our sober sampling be different and unique? Anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for considering sampling sobriety. There are some resources on my page in the notes if you want to check it out. If you want to sample sobriety not alone, have people to talk to along the way, have questions to ask, reach out at any time. I'm always here at your service. This is fun stuff, guys. This is fun stuff. My life has changed dramatically since I quit drinking. I don't know how I could ever go back. it's fun to be sober during the hard times. It's fun to be sober in the good times. It's even better because I remember it. I feel good. I can show up for it. I'm present. I'm aware. I'm living my best life. Living my best life. Who would have thought? Love you, beautiful people.